Today I want to show you another very cool trap in the King's Gambit. So we're going to start off with the first opening moves, and it is the line after they take. Now I showed you last week what happens after bishop c4, but now we're going to go with this knight move. And here one of the main moves for black is to try and hold on to his extra pawn. And we're just going to ignore everything that's happening there and play bishop c4 in this position. And it is a trap, so if if black knows what he's doing, he's alright. But one move that's played quite often here is this one, just preemptively defending this pawn some more. They don't want their queen to have that job. And in this case, we're gonna start attacking it, saying, okay, we're ready to take. Notice this pawn will be pinned, so let's say just from them remove. After this, they can't take back because they lose their rook. So they need to do something about that, and one move they play a lot here is f6. And this is actually, they've already fallen for a trap, but it can get even worse for them. And the move you play here, and it's not really something you'd expect, but it's knight e5. Just completely hanging our knight, not even capturing something for it. But let me show you what happens. If they take the knight, we can bring in our king, and notice they can't block the check, so they have to move the king up. After this check, notice our queen is covering these squares, so the king has to go here. We can come back with a check. Again, queen is covering these squares, so the king has to go back. And now we can take this pawn, and it's actually checkmate, because the bishop is covering that, queen is covering that, and that. So, going all the way back, that's why they can't really take our knight. But we have another threat, so let's say they just play a random move, like a6. We can still come in with our queen here, and the king has to go up again. After this check, the king has to go here again. After this check, he has to go back again. But there's a little difference here, because in the last position there was a black pawn here, and we could take it with checkmate. Now we can't. What you can probably already see, we can give this check. Notice our queen is still covering these squares, so the king has to go back. And now we can make use of this battery here and deliver yet another checkmate. So they need to respond to that threat in this position. And the best move according to the engine is h5, saying, okay, you can't now take this because my rook is defending. So your queen can come in. But here we can give this check, forcing the king up, sorry. And my mouse isn't working properly. Okay. We can give this check, forking the king and rook. Now, you might think, okay, they can take our bishop, and after we take the rook, they can come in, and our knight seems to be trapped. But remember that we had this queen move, and now we can actually play it, because the rook is no longer defending the pawn, and we're simultaneously defending our knight. Now, we're just up an exchange, so next move we can just save our knight, and we're okay. But just to show you one more thing, because we're already up a lot of material here, so we're winning anyway. But if they play a random move again, let's say they just start developing, then they can't prevent checkmate again, because after we take here, we are actually threatening 3 different checkmates. This would be checkmate, this would be checkmate, and this would be checkmate. Notice if the queen moves away, our rook is now defending the knight, so we can. And the only way to prevent all 3 of them is by sacrificing the knight, which we can then just take. Notice the knight is taking away that escape square, so the king is forced to move here, and then this is checkmate. So yeah, the best they can do is going for this line and then play something like g4, so that we can't take here, and just continue developing. Not really, doesn't really matter, but we can save our knight, and yeah, we've just won an exchange. His king is very weak, so going all the way back, no matter what happens after this move, actually for them, it's completely winning for us. So yeah, let me know if you like this one. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.